Arun lived in a beautiful mountain village. To outsiders, his life seemed as peaceful as the green hills, but inside, a storm raged. When he was 10, his parents died in an accident. His grandfather raised him, but 3 years ago, his grandfather also fell ill and passed away. After that, Arun lived alone. He had friends, but a deep wound lingered in his heart. Why does everyone leave me? What did I do wrong? These questions tormented him daily. Because of this, he never fully trusted anyone. He worked cutting trees in the mountains and returned home in the evenings, but his mind always wandered in a dreamlike world. One day, near an old temple at the foot of the mountain, Arun saw an old man sitting quietly. His face held a serene calm, and villagers sat around him listening to his stories. Arun grew curious and sat under a tree to listen. The old man said, "Once there was a great tree in a forest, its roots deep and strong. One day, a storm came. The tree resisted with all its might, but when the storm ended, it lay broken. In the same forest, there was a blade of grass. When the storm came, it bent with the wind, and when the storm passed, it stood straight again." Arun thought about this. The old man continued, "Our hearts are the same. The pains we fight can break us, but if we bend and accept them, we can rise again." That night, Arun sat and examined his heart. He thought about losing his parents, his grandfather's death, and how loneliness had taken over. He took out an old book and began writing his thoughts. "Why does everyone leave me?" he wrote, tears filling his eyes. But he kept writing, pouring out his loneliness, fear, and anger onto the paper. When he finished, a strange peace surrounded him. For the first time, he felt as though he had faced his pain. A few days later, Arun met his friends. They sat on a rock at the mountaintop talking. Hesitantly, he said, "I need to tell you something." Slowly, he began sharing his story, how he lost his parents, lived with his grandfather, and the pain of being alone. His friends listened in surprise. One friend said, "Arun, we didn't know you were suffering so much. We'll be with you from now on." Those words brought a new light into Arun's heart. For the first time, he felt free from loneliness. The next day, Arun met the old man again. "Sir, I wrote about my pain and shared it, but there's still a weight in my heart. How do I fully let go?" he asked. The old man smiled. "The mind is like a mirror. When dust gathers, you wipe it clean, but you don't break the glass. Understand your pain, but don't let it control you. Do this: climb the mountain and shout your sorrow to the wind. Then start something new." The following day, Arun climbed to the peak. Standing there, he shouted into the wind, "Losing you wasn't my fault. I'm not alone." As he did, he felt the weight in his heart lift. Coming down, he began planting a small garden, growing trees and flowers. As days passed, Arun's heart changed. His garden flourished. He spent time with friends, and he often spoke with the old man. One day, sitting under the village tree, he began telling his story to others. "I hated my pain," he said, "but when I understood it, it set me free." The villagers watched in amazement. Arun's heart had become open. He had let go of his pain and found a new life. This story describes Arun's inner journey, how he understood, shared, and released his pain to begin anew. May you too acknowledge your pain, share it with trusted friends and family, heal your wounds, and create a fresh start.